Yeah. Do you want me to do the intro this
You
week?
can do the intro. You do the intro. You do it.
Oh, the game's gone, innit? The game's gone.
The game's gone. The game's gone.
The game's gone. Game's gone. Where is it?
Where is it?
It's gone. Game's gone.
Game's gone.
It was in our hands, but then
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 2 of the Total Football Podcast. How have you been? It's been a week. So, today we're going to be talking a bit about the Club World Cup. Shock. We're also going to be doing a couple of other things today. We've got another quiz. I hope you like the last one. And alongside that, maybe Jordan will get some points this time. Who knows? Probably not likely. But alongside that, we're also going to be talking about some more football stuff. And we're also going to be doing our Dream 11s for our teams this season. So.
Okay, right. Getting into it. Obviously, the Club World Cup has had a lot of action since the last time we spoke about it. Most of the teams have finished their groups now. As of recording this video, City are about to kick off in about 40 minutes against Juventus. And then obviously the Real Madrid group still needs to finish as well. Most of the knockout games have already been announced. It's just the last two groups that need to be confirmed. So in the knockout stage, so far, we've got Palmeiras versus Botafogo, a match that I did not expect to happen, to be totally honest, based on the groups. They've both defied the odds and gone through. Botafogo at the expense of Atletico Madrid as well. They knocked them out on goal difference, which is absolutely crazy. We've got Benfica and Chelsea. One there for you, Luke.
I'm actually to watch that.
That'll be a good game.
I think
Benfica
it will. Like that.
As well.
That'll show how far we may have progressed under Maresca. It'll be a big test.
Yeah.
You hear Maresca.
And quickly speaking on the Benfica group, Auckland City got a draw against Boca Juniors, which obviously made Boca Juniors go out of that. Wow. They go home with a point. A semi-professional team go home with a point.
Fair play to them.
I wouldn't expect that. That's they've won the tournament in their eyes with that. You know, going home with a point, going back to their 9-to-5 jobs, going back to their regular lives. You know, the goalkeeper works in a warehouse. You know, most of their players have. I've seen a guy on TikTok. One of the players, I don't know what he's called. Is he called Connolly? He's been posting match day vlogs, and he was buzzing when they got a point. So I don't blame them. But anyway, we've got Inter Milan versus Fluminense. The other match in that group, well, the other match on that side of the tree, is to be decided tonight. We've got PSG versus Inter Miami. Messi's reunion with PSG.
Messi derby.
Underrated match. That's a match to watch. Honestly,
Absolutely. Messi derby, bring it on.
Realistically, for me, I think Inter Miami are going to get shown at absolute levels against PSG. I think Messi will play well, but I don't think they're cut out for that game, personally.
never say never, mate. Never say never.
No, yeah, I guess so. We've
Exactly.
Seen that so far. Flamengo versus Bayern, that's a huge game. That's like an original Club World Cup match anyway, because Flamengo always used to qualify. Bayern have probably played them before.
That's my match for knockouts.
Yeah, I think it will be one to watch. Absolutely.
That one will be a full stadium, I think, because these South Americans have been bringing it, by the way, for the fans.
Their fans are amazing.
Yeah,
all of them. I seen a video last week of the Boca Junior fans raiding a Walmart, and it was just full of blue and yellow. Unbelievable.
And
then the final
Jeff.
game we've got
Jeff.
is... It's unbelievable, Jeff. Is Dortmund versus Monterrey. Monterrey have done well to get through. Sergio Ramos is in that team as well, with his 93 shirt number as well, paying dedication to Atletico Madrid. And then pretty much the only other games to be confirmed are the winners of Manchester City's group will face second in Real Madrid's group, and second in Real Madrid's group will face first in Manchester City's group. So hopefully Manchester City get a result tonight, and hopefully Real Madrid get knocked out. To be honest, that would be ideal, wouldn't it?
No, I want Madrid to win there, mate.
Who are we all saying is going to win the thing so far? Up to now, who's been the team that's impressed the most?
Palmeiras.
I'm going to say it's PSG.
PSG are obviously going to... I think one thing that I'm seeing a lot still on Twitter and social media is the fact that people are still playing this underdog story with PSG, making it out like they're not going to win games, and you watch them and they just demolish everybody that they play, and I think they're obviously going to be a threat. But I think the biggest issue so far, Bayern Munich. They've been good.
That's the team for me. That's the team.
I think with Bayern,
Harry Kane didn't score against Auckland though.
With a club like Bayern, I think you expect it. I think the ones we should be looking at are stuff like Botafogo. Surely you wouldn't have expected them to be in knockouts.
No, definitely not.
I wouldn't.
You've got three.
Yeah, but
PSG and
thinking
Atletico Madrid.
realistic winners though.
Oh, in
Yeah,
terms
so
of
Bayern
winners,
Munich,
yeah,
PSG.
I'd say Benfica. I'm going to back Benfica on this one.
No.
I think they're good. When they beat Chelsea tonight, I think it's going to... Well, Saturday, should I say. I think it'll show... It's a Club World Cup. It gives FA Cup vibes a little bit. A lot worse than the FA Cup. But that sort of vibe in terms of knockouts and who they're facing. Look at Auckland, like I said before, getting 1 point. You thought that would happen?
That was crazy as well, Auckland to get a point. I mean, it's crazy enough that they got a point against a top team. It's crazy enough that they got a point against a top team that had to win that game as well. They've obviously derailed Boca Juniors tournament by getting that point. I mean, I think they were still out anyway if they got the win on goal difference. I mean, I think they were out by like 7 goals because both of those other teams smashed Auckland 10 and 6-0 respectively. So they were out anyway.
I have to say about the Auckland goal as well. He's a training teacher. If I score a goal in the football.
Also, I don't know what it is, but it sounds like you're underwater.
Yeah.
I think it sounded
bit.
was it? Sounded
Did a bit.
Okay.
Give a snorkel.
Yeah, some give him a snorkel, some goggles, and some flippers sorted.
We'll actually have a quick look and see who's the top goal scorer right now. Who's the top goal scorer?
Is that better?
Oh, there.
That's better, yeah.
Yeah, it's me a phone.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
I stopped the background noise, but obviously it's not worked to make me sound like I'm drowning. So yeah.
Much better.
I
mean, there's not really much in terms of transfers that have happened since the last time we all came on, but Milos Kerkez has gone to Liverpool now. What does that mean for Andy Robertson?
That's been lined up for months, though. Robertson's gone, I think. I think he wants to go to Atletico. I think he goes.
Yeah, we'll do Kieran Trippier, won't we?
What's going to happen there? I mean, I think
Kerkez gone as well.
I think he's got. I think he's definitely gone.
Kerkez hasn't come in to be number 2.
No,
Kerkez won't be number 2 either. So
Kerkez will be number 1 next season, no doubt.
If Robertson does stay, would Kerkez take over his place, or would he be a number 2?
100%.
Yeah, Robertson.
100%.
Robertson becomes number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think obviously you can see it the way they're setting up now. Obviously they've got Frimpong, who's obviously going to play as their right back.
Yeah.
They're clearly going for now for a more attacking system in their style of play, which Kerkez suits to the T over Robertson. I don't even know what Robertson's really particularly very good at these days, to be honest. I mean, he always looks like well off the mark when he plays for Liverpool now, in my opinion.
He does recently, to be fair.
Experience, isn't it? He brings experience.
Yeah. I mean, he's been there for so long now. I think it is time that Liverpool finally refresh that squad. I think they've still.
But can we just say though, like Liverpool, huge respect to him. You win the title, and you get Flo Verts, Frimpong, Kerkez. You've got to respect.
It's a great window.
You've got to respect.
It's a great window.
It's uncharacteristic for them though, because like you don't. I mean, obviously you've seen Liverpool break the bank a few times before, but never like this. And they have just gone, you know what? We're going for it again.
But yeah, Van Dijk, that's probably the last big signing they've really made, really.
Yeah,
like Salah wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, and Alisson, yeah.
Gakpo, I don't think.
Gakpo as well.
Yeah, Gakpo, yeah.
It costs a pretty penny.
He's brilliant, by the way. He's brilliant.
Yes.
Well, a certain Ten Hag won't even go that charge. Yeah, that's great.
It was never going to go to United. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going.
Also, another transfer rumours that's come up is Theo Hernandez is apparently almost here we go to Saudi Arabia. I can't believe that.
Don't surprise me.
25 million.
I don't like him personally to play. I don't like him. I think he's overrated. And just going to go for money. He's going for money.
Oh, any player now who goes to Saudi is going for cash. Let's face it.
On the topic of Theo Hernandez, huge short of rational dislike. I was meant to say it last week, but I didn't get around through with it.
What are we basing a rational dislike off? It can't just be a rival player. Surely not.
It's basically a player that everybody hype, but you just don't see it. You don't see it at all. Like for mine, it's Kvaratskhelia. That's my player. I just don't see the hype in him. He's just a bog standard. But
Kvaratskhelia, not too bad of an option.
That's what I think.
For me, Martinelli, Arsenal. I
Yeah,
don't get it. I don't get
Oh, yeah.
Martinelli. I do not understand it.
100%. I don't get the hype around him.
His output's not that good. Like in the final third, he always gives the ball away or makes one decision or goes for goal or should pass. I don't get it. I don't understand it, Martinelli. I really don't. Compared to Saka as well, the other side, I don't get it.
Yeah, I can see that with Martinelli. I can see that.
You see, I don't like Foden. I think he's a little rat.
Oh, God.
I do agree with that as well. I do
I
agree.
think
I
he's
do
a, I
agree.
think
Yeah.
he's an overhyped little rat. That's all
Yeah.
he is.
I do see that.
I do. Yeah, exactly.
I do, unfortunately, George. I do see it. I just don't.
Yeah.
With Foden, really, he was awful in the last Euros for England.
Yeah.
Didn't really rock up. Didn't really do anything.
City as well.
End of the season for Man City, didn't really do much.
Honourable mention.
I just don't understand the hype.
Cucurella.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate Cucurella.
I just don't get it. Why not? Like Cucurella for me has been like one of the most reliable fullbacks in the Premier League last season.
You're
For
right.
me,
Like a left back, so consistent.
England after the Euros,
Yeah.
all that stuff. Like I liked him before that, but so I was like, no, mate.
he had to do his job and get the assist. He had to do his job.
He could have just left it. He plays for an English club.
I'm not having none of that. Like I love Cucurella, and unfortunately for England, Cucurella was the man who played the killer pass.
England's his second home. He should realise.
I get that, but he's got to do his job,
And
and
he's
that's it.
singing. And
Who's
he's
yours
singing
then,
as
Luke?
well.
Who's your player then, Luke?
I would have gone Foden, to be fair, or even Martinelli. Like you both have. Like the hype around them is just hideous, to be honest. I don't understand the hype.
It's the thing with Foden that we've seen him from such a young age. We've seen him when he was first breaking into the team. He was class, but then obviously he's gotten older. Everyone's got used to his play. You know how he plays. That is downside right now.
I think that's it, mate. I think like we're forgetting he's still a young man, really. We've just seen him from a very, very young age. He was world class, doing all these great things, and then as the years have gone by, last season it just fallen off the edge of the cliff, really.
Bad season, and
To be
two
honest.
really since he's broken. It's one bad season, really.
I think it is, mate. Yeah, I think it was one really bad season for him.
Then don't forget those things as well.
Yeah. The Euros, he didn't have much of a say in there, really. Pretty anonymous for England in the Euros.
Yeah. I mean, I think to step in there, obviously, to defend Foden a little bit, obviously, I mean, he's now put himself in a position where it's like make or break now. This has to be his
100%.
season because Kevin's gone
Absolutely.
right. Someone has to get those numbers. Someone has to fill in, and no one else in our team has that capability to step in for Kevin De Bruyne's boots.
Have you seen?
Otherwise, I think City will go in for another marquee midfielder.
Have you seen the job advert at the moment that City put out for a central playmaker? I was scrolling through TikTok before and I saw it online. It's above a Stockport County football coach ad, and all you just see is central playmaker at Manchester City. Competitive salary, though. Hey, it's slightly above minimum wage, so it's better than nothing.
Yeah, just slightly.
Just slightly.
What's the tag?
Right, I think I'm the last one. So I've got two. One's not an irrational dislike. One's a red flag player, and one is an irrational dislike. Well, first one, the actual dislike player is Trent. Honestly, he's obviously gone to Real Madrid as his big marquee star player, and in his first game, he got ripped to pieces. I mean, he lost the ball the most in the entire team. He gave the ball away the most. I mean, he had like 1 out of 5 completed passes. He dropped the biggest disaster class debut you've ever seen. And for years, for Liverpool, he's been a liability. As much as he can get the ball in the box, he can create a chance. The amount of times he just gets ripped a new one by wingers in the Premier League. I mean, Jeremy Doku was treating him like a dog when City played him. And we lost that game, but Trent couldn't handle him. And against a City team that were poor as well. I think he's out of his depth, to be honest. I think Real Madrid's going to really expose him on the top tier.
Yeah, definitely.
But obviously, he's got 2 world-class centre-backs next to him to mop up his errors.
And let's not forget either, like La Liga's a good league, but it's not the Premier League. Like the wingers in La Liga are not gonna tear up like Doku or like a Saka or a Salah. So let's see how he does in Champions League more. La Liga, different
Time will
story.
tell.
Champions League.
Time will tell. And my red flag player is Victor Gyökeres. Now, this isn't me saying he's a bad player.
Wow, this is a
You
bit of
might
a,
be careful what you say, John.
I'm not saying he's a bad player,
bit
but
of a shock,
also,
this one.
I get that.
but there is so much hype being built around a player that's starring role was at Coventry and in the Portuguese league. I mean, he's putting insane numbers out, right? Obviously he is. But does that mean he can come to England and do the same thing? Does that mean he can go to Real Madrid and do the same thing? Because it's all fine doing it in Portugal. But
Can you do on the cold
I mean,
night in Stoke?
Ronaldo's still putting incredible numbers up in Saudi. That's not a top 5 league. But if he came back to England, he couldn't do that.
Very true, mate. Very true. But I've got to step in though, mate. Like as a scout myself, and we're scout players, Gyökeres for me. If I'm a scout, I'm looking at him for the English league. I'm thinking he's absolutely perfect. Everything about him, his makeup, his attributes, his characteristics. As a scout, I'm thinking, right, this is a striker that should be able to bully defenders. As long as he can put the ball back in the net, and the day, you want him, and that's what we've been doing at Sporting. And let's not forget in Champions League as well. His numbers in Champions League last season were ridiculous. So I get what you're saying. It's a risk, but every transfer is a risk. No matter what you do, every transfer is a risk.
Every transfer is, isn't it?
I do think there's a reason why Arsenal looking at him, Manchester United looking at him. There's a reason. There's a reason.
My thing is, look at the last 3 big strikers that have come from the Portuguese league. You've got João Felix, who, no, he has fallen off a cliff.
He's not a striker. Though.
He's not.
You've got,
That's more of a number 10. He's not a
You've got
9.
Ramos,
He's a 10.
who's gone to PSG, who is also not setting the world on fire at all.
Yes.
And who's the other one? Oh, yeah, obvioly, Darwizzy. No.
But Gyökeres does have championship experience though, and that will help in the Premier League. Championship experience will help. It will.
If he can win City, he'll be fine. That's all we need him for.
That was a City that had a 19-year-old academy kid made his debut again in that game, by the way, and he got ripped to pieces. Simpson Pusey, fair play to him. He's never even played in the first team, even as a substitute, and he just like, right, here you go, Champions League night against one of the most informed strikers in the world right now. Go. And he got ripped to pieces because he couldn't handle him whatsoever.
Like the only advantage Gyökeres has is he is 27. He's had the game time over like Darwin Núñez, Gonçalo Ramos, and Felix. That's what he's got behind him there.
I do agree with that.
Difficult league in the Championship because that league is either you're rubbish or you're standing out in that league when it comes to strikers. So yeah, he's getting the goals. He had the goals for Coventry. He's getting the goals for Sporting, but the Prem is a completely different ball game, as Núñez has found out, as Felix has found out. But his experience is more physical compared to them lot as well.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
they
I would agree.
could help him in the Prem. But like I said last week, he's one of my red flag players as well when it comes to players that people are looking to sign for the Premier League. Like he could smash it up and prove me Jordan wrong, but you just never know until it actually happens and he proves himself. I thought the same with Delap until he started 5 goals in for Ipswich last season, and that was a poor Ipswich side as well. So
It was, but Chelsea's a whole new different level for him. Obviously, he scored 12 goals in the Prem last season for Ipswich, who were pretty terrible, weren't they? They were dire, really.
Awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
You know, it's just going to be a matter of time to see if he's going to step up now and if he can actually fill that role with the number 9 shirt. Obviously, he got his first goal for Chelsea the other night against a nobody, really. Cool, composed finish, a great goal, composed, but do it in the Prem first before we can start hyping him up.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, while we're on this topic, then, a player that you see but no one else does.
Ooh.
And for me,
God.
straight away, I think this might be a bit too obvious, but I'm going for Fabian at PSG. Oh my God, that guy. I mean, he was always good, right, for PSG, but he was always just good. But my God, his performance in the Champions League final, his performances for PSG this year, he is an absolute monster. And he kind of reminds me a little bit of Yaya Toure. He's got everything. He's got absolutely everything. And in a team that's so surrounded in young players, he's obviously picked up as one of the senior members of that team. He's an animal, that guy. He is an animal.
He is. Very much so.
That you are thinking. Got you all thinking.
We can cut it.
Right, right.
I've had that plan for weeks to ask you guys, but this one, Jordan
Alright.
Henderson.
Go on.
What?
But like mind you, this is a bit of bias. I've loved Henderson for years. I wear number 40 on the back of my shirts because of Henderson. Because when I was growing up, I was watching the Prem when I was younger. It's his leadership, his tenacity, the way he carries the ball when he was at Liverpool. That is like has it been as
He won
good?
the Champions League with him, you know.
Yeah, Champions League captain at that stage as well. He's got every single part of being a great footballer, but everyone just seems to keep slandering him ever since he moved to Saudi. Like in the Prem, no one would say a bad word about him. Since he's gone to Saudi, he has a bit of money to probably just to help his family in the future, like. But ever since that's happened, he's just been floated
Is it
non-stop.
because potentially he was the first English player to go to Saudi League?
He was put behind Joe Organ's manager, yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's not even just that though. I think obviously the reason behind Henderson getting so much hate is obviously because of he stood up for a lot of like LGBT rights and all that kind of stuff for a long time throughout his career, and then to go to Saudi is a bit of a backwards move.
He
Going
just
against what
undid it,
said.
didn't he? He undid
He
it.
kind of undid everything that he's standing for all this time, because if you want to go out there, obviously we all know that they're not so friendly about that out there, and he didn't even end up getting paid because he didn't stay for the time it took for him to unstake his wage, so he did it all for free. He's basically tarnished his legacy at Liverpool and got nothing out of it.
He's still
Now
not
he can't
playing.
find a club.
Still play that, mate.
I think he might be going back to Sunderland though.
It could
I heard
happen, that, to be
something,
honest.
yeah.
I think it will happen.
I've heard Nottingham Forest as well.
No, but I
They're
don't
in
think
front
they
about
need him.
Go to Sunderland. Go back to your team. Go on.
Flag's gone. Flag's gone, lad.
Game's gone.
Like Jordan's Bulldogs last week.
I've got to be honest, I know you will like appreciate this,
Go on.
but Christian Pulisic. Okay,
See that.
because at Chelsea, he got so much hate. He got
He
so,
was-
so yeah.
Yeah, he
At
got.
Chelsea,
he got
his
slagged.
numbers are pretty good.
Yeah.
And then he goes to AC Milan, they're very poor AC Milan side, and he's absolutely lighting it up. So for me, Christian Pulisic, I'd bring that guy back to the Premier League ASAP. I would.
He's brilliant. He's doing really well at AC Milan.
He did really well actually at Chelsea,
He did.
considering really. But he got a lot of hate from some Chelsea fans, not all of us, but some of us. Like I actually quite appreciated him. Like genuinely, like a couple of finishes against Liverpool and Arsenal, you know, in the cups and stuff were brilliant.
Yeah, this is a quality player.
You know, and I remember during the lockdown, George, when Chelsea beat you 2-1, Pulisic goal breakaway.
Yeah,
I
he
think
was
it's-
one of the. He was a lockdown hero.
It's not
Absolutely.
Martial as well.
Lockdown hero, man.
Ferran Torres was good during lockdown as well. I remember.
I'm going to go with an obvious one. Harry Maguire. I don't think he studied enough.
Shout.
I think he's such an underrated. But everyone banners him for the price that we bought for it. We paid for him. Fair enough. Was not worth it at that value. But that man has had death threat after death threat. His family have been on the strings. This man almost got nicked in Greece. And yet he's never kicked off about it or anything like that. He's always locked in and just do his job. And look at him.
Very professional. Very professional.
He is a brilliant defender. Genuinely, hands down, I think he's a quality defender.
Now, as a United fan as well, quality, maybe not, but he's a decent defender. He's good. Not quality, but good.
He can play up front. He can play on the wing. This man is a decent player.
But we can't forget the time when literally pulled Luke Shaw away from clearing the ball against Tottenham. He pulled his own player away from the ball.
Chiellini did it, so it should be fair.
Let him go, man. Let him go.
Thing is, I rate Maguire. Like when he plays for England, he's formidable.
Yeah.
But is it
normally
the
playing-
rest
he's
of the
normally
back
playing
line
goals,
at United making him look worse? Is it the rest, or is it just the club name itself? They expect better from a top class centre back they paid 70 million for.
I think it's the fans.
I'll put it this way.
Go
on.
So I blame the fans solely for that permission. We have a standard at United, which is absolutely fair. You know, we were one of the best in the world at one point, and we still are to an extent. However, I think the fans have over-exceeded that expectation. And I think that's put an effect on a lot of the players, not just Maguire, but every other player. So I'm going to say something absolutely foul, and I'm probably going to get death threats for this. The fans have ruined him.
See, I do agree with you to a certain point, but I was saying that I do blame the club, the recruiting side, the owners.
Yeah.
Who pays £70 million for an average defender from Leicester? That is a muck up on recruitment. Anthony, same thing. You paid 80 million for a £30 million player. That's unnecessary pressure putting that price tag on them.
Yeah.
Mason Mount, 60 million.
Yeah, 60 million.
Pay 60 million for Mason Mount.
Like with that one, you absolutely had your pants pulled down.
Yeah. That's
But it's the
I
case.
heard that Mason Mount's leaving this summer.
What's that, sorry, John?
Mason Mount's going this summer. I've been hearing rumours about him going to one of the new teams.
I don't think he will. From what I've heard from United side, I don't think he's going. The club might like him to go, but I don't think he's going.
That the thing is, though, with all these overpriced players at the moment, it's just football in general. Because you're looking at like a £20 million player, and they're going for 60 million. It's just the inflation in football. It's like
Oh mate, honestly, it's crazy.
Josh Kirkers, back in the day, you'd look at him, 15 mil. But now,
Absolutely.
because it's inflated, he's going to Liverpool for 40 mil. Bobby Wirtz, what, £40 million player? He's there going for 114. It's
They pay a
just
lot
about
more for him,
these
but-
days. It's
He's
just,
the one though. He's the one that might get me on the Champions League though.
He might do. I think defenders will target him.
He won't turn the ball off.
Yeah, the defenders will target him very, very quickly. There's no doubt about it.
You, Jordan, I've always said to you, Florian Wirtz is an absolute baller. Even before the recent times, like I've always said to you, like I want him at United, and then he started getting interested. City.
He's a baller, but also his adjustment period to the Premier League is going to be really, really rude awakening for him.
Jordan-
He's 21, by the way.
Yeah, that's it. He's really young.
You know, I mean, how many times in the past few years have we seen players come from the German league and just do awful because the league is so much more physically demanding? Like Timo Werner was absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, he was fantastic.
Come to England and he just forgot how to play
Absolutely
football.
flopped. Yeah, he did, mate. Like
James Sancho.
another one.
I mean, like, obviously City signed Kevin De Bruyne from the German league years ago, but that at the time Kevin was already sort of wasn't exactly young. He was established enough to come and do a job. He obviously
He did, yeah.
he already
he did.
had Premier League experience. Yeah, I just don't think he got the minutes, obviously, when he was in the Premier League originally, right? But yeah, Germany has always been one to be a bit careful of because we've seen a lot of flop players come from there.
Well, Christopher Nkunku, massive flop.
yeah, massive.
He even play, the thing is, I think it's another Kai Havertz situation for you lot, though. You don't know what to do with him. Like, you can't play him on left,
that's
you can't
it.
play him up front, attacking midfield. He doesn't know where he wants to play. And now he's going to leave for nothing when you spent quite a lot on him, right?
Yeah, we did. I think it was like 52 million, I think it was.
What's the worst big league at the moment? Would you guys say, in your opinion? I'd say
Oh,
Italian.
the top five.
Yeah.
It's got
I
to
would
be
say,
Italian. I would say France, but honestly, the Italian league is garbage.
yes.
Right, controversial. La Liga.
That is controversial.
I can see that.
La Liga.
Well, I can see it. I don't think the Italian league is as bad as that, to be honest. I don't. I will stick up for the Italians because they had quite a tight title race, didn't they?
La Liga, it's literally Barcelona and Madrid every season.
Yeah, and then Atletico always in third.
I say Bundesliga.
That's a hard disagree for me on the Bundesliga.
You've got
Yeah, I don't agree.
Bundesliga.
Not
like,
at all.
Dortmund.
I like Bundesliga.
You've got three main teams. They might have the odd fourth random team looking up there. It's like, was it like Mainz, who's had a good season? Was last season before? Was it? You've had Cologne, who've had a decent season once. They've just got promoted back up to the Bundesliga this time. But you're just looking at the same three teams constantly. It's like with England, you've got 4 or 5 teams who like they could win that league. Like it's like Bayern. Leverkusen's won it once. Dortmund haven't won it since 2011. Am I right? Something like that. So
Yeah.
it's a Bayern Munich league basically.
I mean, one thing that I've always admired about the German league in particular that no other league does is the way that the ownerships for the club work. So obviously every club in Germany has a 51% rule, which means 51% of the club is owned by the fans, which means whatever they want happens, right? You know, their decisions matter. It's not the owners making their minds. The owners aren't making their tickets €100. You know, and the Germans always seem to have the best atmosphere in European nights. And in the Bundesliga, you know, the drums, the flares, everyone comes out in full because they can get cheap, affordable tickets. They can go to the games, and the fact that the club has to listen to the fans is something that I think the English league is missing. That's for sure, and other leagues the same as well.
Especially with these lower league teams who were getting close to getting liquidated, like you had Reading last year, that Dai Young who was basically trying to liquidate them for literally no reason whatsoever. He just wasn't. He was refusing to pay wages for months on end. Obviously, you had your Berry who absolutely disappeared. You've had, who else is there? You've had Wimbledon. Obviously, they got bought out by MK Dons in 2002. That was an
Bolton
absolute.
as well.
That was a club.
Yeah.
And they've gone to turn into a mediocrity team, and that's what we needed back then to stop that thing happening. But I'm glad now we've got.
The point is, now they've implemented these FSR rules, which is meant to be put in place to stop that happening, and it's still happening. The rules aren't fit for purpose, right? And obviously, just on that, so obviously FSR, these teams, they don't mind how much they're spending on players, they don't mind how much they're spending on the stadium renovations or anything. And I can't remember what team it is, but there was a team in the Premier League that has recently sold their women's team to get into FSR. And is it Arsenal? I want to say it's Arsenal.
Not Arsenal.
It's one of the top teams anyway. They've just sold their women's team.
I can't remember what it is.
And it's just like,
it's Chelsea, mate. It's Chelsea.
Chelsea.
It's
I
Chelsea.
actually don't know what
It's
team
us
it
with
is, but there
bowling.
is
It's us with
a
bowling, mate.
team that has sold the women's to get into
Yeah.
FSR. It is a joke. That is a joke.
Yeah, we literally sold it for £200 million, I think, something like that. And it was obviously not worth that, but because they sold it to a sister company, that's how they get away with it. Because the sister company's accounts don't matter. It doesn't matter because they're not the books that get submitted to the Premier League, the FA. It's Chelsea's books that matter.
That's how we're getting.
And Todd Bowley and Clear Lake are just very, very good at finding loopholes. The businessmen, like what else did we expect?
Yeah, they need to scrap FSR in my opinion. I think
Yeah, I agree, mate.
The end of City's charges, no matter if we're guilty or not, FSR has to go. Because regardless if we get away with it or not, we've still made a mockery of it, regardless of the fact.
So, let's be honest. If City are not guilty, the Premier League is messed up big time. Like, they've exposed themselves.
Yeah,
100%. They've exposed themselves.
My initial
the Premier League has had its ass slapped. That's basically it. That's the way.
Big time. I mean, my initial verdict so far is obviously the Premier League has been ominously quiet. Like, they haven't said anything about this since they first pressed charges back in, 2023. You know, this has been going on for probably before that, actually, maybe 2022. It's been a long time. And Manchester City are still spending money, which they should be able to, right? You know, everyone on the internet likes to throw the toys at the prom saying, well, we shouldn't be able to spend money or whatever, which is ridiculous. But I think the Premier League knows they've lost at this point, and they just don't want to say anything. Because surely the hearing's finished. The City must know, because we won't be spending all this money if we knew we were going to get put into League 2 or whatever.
What I think was...
that goes for as well,
yeah,
though. Could be. Say it could be bluffing, like calling Premier League bluff. No, we're still spending money, prove we're guilty.
Do you remember the picture of the City lawyers walking in with fucking stacks of papers? So each one of them papers takes 10 hours to debate in a court.
Yeah.
And this is it going on now. This is what it is now. At the moment.
Yeah.
Like on the case of FSR, Port Vale have been we've been in that situation twice now in the past 20 years. We had Bill Bell, who was in charge. He was just taking every penny out of the club's pockets. And then we got taken over by the exact same type of person, Norman Smurthwaite. He's now in charge of Tranmere, if I remember rightly. We were getting transfers and selling players. Every bit of money was going to his back pockets. And he was close to selling the stadium rights. He was close to selling the club. Just getting rid of the club and building flats on our stadium. That's where we got to at one stage. But then, obviously now we've got the Shanahan's who have come in now, and they've revitalised the club completely. We've had 2 promotions.
What does Robbie Williams do? Robbie Williams is involved, isn't he?
Chief
investor, isn't he, in the club? He invests in the club, right?
But it's not like a face-on job like the Shanahan's have. He's like chief
He
ambassador
just
or
gives
something.
them a bit of his money.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But
A little bit of
remember
his money.
that unit as well. That Phil Foden's meant to be part of that as well because he's a massive Vale fan himself. But we haven't seen any of his money recently. So it's basically Shanahan's and Robbie Williams. But we've also had to change. Like this season now, we haven't got our sponsor on our shirts because the Shanahan's own that business as well. So they're looking to scrap that sponsor and get a new sponsor in because obviously they're putting too loads of money into the club that way. That's how we managed to get around stuff. But
Guys, drop it a follow. Drop us a follow if you want us to be the sponsor of Port Vale next season. Just saying.
Football League.
Absolutely, Football League, Talk Football Podcast. Everyone here, like,
Let's get them all.
we'll all be
It's like
there.
a consortium working together.
Yeah,
We'll
absolutely.
have total football there, and on the arm we'll have football unleashed. And Jordan on the back.
every day of the week.
We'll all have a bit of a shirt. Why
Thing
not?
is, they've actually got like some sort of link to actually apply for it. At the moment, they have got that up as well. So
What's
never
that?
know at what stage we could just sneak it in there.
So
Get rid of the blue bit, have the matches itself, be sorted then.
we might be able to get the manager from Halifax Town on. Not Halifax Town,
Ooh,
Halifax
cool.
Wanderers. Sorry, in the Canadian League.
I've read of them.
They're fourth at the moment, and I have a guy at my work who used to work there, and he used to train there as well. He was good friends. Apparently, he's a massive alky. But yeah, we might be able to get him in for a podcast. So
No, absolutely. Let's do it.
if I can pull some strings, I think we might be able to get him. If you guys want to see it as well, you know what to do. Just drop a follow, share it with everyone. The more views we get, the more this attracts everyone. The more likely.
Absolutely. 100%.
Exactly. That's it.
Tell your barb like I did. Just tell your Barbie.
Yeah.
All that. Yeah, get your barber on. Get your barber
Be better
on.
involved.
And one huge topic that we've not discussed yet is poor owners. Lyon are relegated to League Two in France. And just to put that into perspective, by the way, they were relegated because it's not like a City situation. They were so badly in debt that the club couldn't run. They've been relegated on the back of that. They were in £500 million worth of debt, which is a lot of money.
That's shocking.
But also, when you look at a club like United, who have double that and nothing's coming up, where is this standard coming from? You know, how does
Right.
that happen?
It is a different situation though with United because we have got that massive debt and we have. But if you look at the money that Man United generate per year, we earn more than what we're in debt. Just that our owners are not paid off right now. Our owners are keeping the money. But as a club, we earn more than that, so we can't be punished for that.
Alongside that, it's the financial structure of United. So, the club is owned by Red Football Limited, which is the parent company of Manchester United Football Club. The finances for the stadium is under Red Football. However, the financial position of Manchester United Football Club Limited, or PLC or LLC, isn't affected. So the financial stability rules of that leverage buyout doesn't affect the club's financial situation from an FSR point of view. So the way it's structured is we're actually sound for money. It's just might be worth to start paying that off now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the fact is, though, the Glazers won't do that.
No.
They just like pocketing cash. They
Yeah,
like pocketing it.
And then they'll sell it to the Qataris when the club's
No,
worse off.
like the thing is, though, they had the opportunity to do that before Ratcliffe come in, and then they decided they didn't want to sell after all. They just needed more investment. Like, they were just changing the goalposts.
But this
Constantly
new
I
stadium,
think that's the
most likely with this new stadium, if it does get built, they'll refinance it and pay off
Yeah.
the old debt. So they're just carrying the debt
Yeah.
over, making it deeper, but it's done. It moves it away from as a bigger issue, which
It does, yeah.
on paper isn't a bad idea, but as a club and where it's more about the people, it's a shambles. In reality, it's a shambles. The Glazers, I would not on their grave, but it's Jim Ratcliffe isn't any better at the moment. But like he said when he first joined us, it's going to be grim. So I'm not holding any final opinions on him. I give it 4 years, 4 or 5 years, then I'll make my decision on him. But it's not going to be.
I mean, I think
pleasant
one
anyway,
thing
so-
I've got to commend Ratcliffe about is the fact that he has been a little bit more open with the United fans than the Glazers have, because they've been running the club the same way that Ratcliffe is saying he's running it, except they haven't said that. I mean, obviously, Ratcliffe's going to get a lot of hate because he's being told to run the club in the way that they're telling him to run it. He's the face of it now, you know.
He doesn't mind.
Remember when's the
being a
last time you
villain.
saw the Glazers? I remember a few years ago, someone was like trying to like put a mic in one of the faces of one of the Glazers in Miami, and he was just walking away. Nope, don't answer me.
Yeah, he's walked straight past them. He wasn't having it.
And it's like, what is this? Like, I mean, Sheikh Mansour, right? He never says anything about Manchester City, but also he doesn't need to. We're in a great financial position. We're in debt-free, whatever. He doesn't need to say anything. But when your club is looking in the face of adversity like United are, you'd like a bit more transparency about what they're actually planning on doing. Actually, no. Here's a brand new stadium that we can't afford on paper. Yeah, it's just a mess.
And the thing is,
Manchester United, what? Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, right? Jim has been brought in though by the Glazers to be a pawn to get this new project over the line with the UK government. This is what he's been brought in to do. He's a pawn to get this over the line. It's worked. So, as far as the Glazers are concerned, they've got what they wanted.
Oh yeah, and last thing on ownership is Crystal Palace's situation with the Europa League seems like it's been resolved now. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. They've sold the club to the worst rated owner in the NFL, the owner of the New York Jets, who was actually voted by the players as the worst owners in the league. And I think they're now going to be a little bit more stingy with their transfer business. And especially with Crystal Palace, it's weird because they've got 2 American players in the team already. So obviously they've hit a core demographic there. Yeah.
Chris Richards, Matt Turner, isn't he? The two Aussies. Yeah.
2 of 4 of the only US winners of the FA Cup, by the way.
Mental.
Yeah.
That's going to be in the quiz in the future, so remember that.
At least I've got that sort of knowledge at least. But yeah, things might be a bit dark for Crystal Palace.
As a huge NFL fan as well, I'm a massive NFL fan. I can confirm New York Jets are the worst owners. I'll tell you right now. It's not good, Crystal Palace fans. It's not good at all.
That times could be ahead.
I don't know how it's worked though, because as far as I'm aware, they've might have it for a year, and then it's going back to the original owner, if I'm not mistaken, because I think they are sort of in the same business.
Yeah.
So I think they're taking ownership of it for this year, and then if Crystal Palace don't qualify, then they'll give it back to whoever it came from. I think. I've not read too much into it, but I know
once
that
again,
the New York Jets.
Isn't that a concern for Palace fans on that same and then expect to be qualified for the Europa League again? I mean, it's just saying, look, we won FA Cup, fantastic, but now we're going back to normal, go back to status quo, we're going back to mid-table, we're going back to title. It's not great. It's not great.
Shall we move on to the quiz?
Absolutely, let's go for it.
Right.
Oh, actually, didn't we have our 11? Should we do the 11 before?
Oh, yeah. Let's do the 11 first.
Just to finish off. A nice bit of a nice little tease at the end.
So we're saying the ideal Premier League, ideal starter for my club for this season.
Oh my God! Right.
Can I confirm? Is this unlimited budget or is this realistic?
Let's
say unlimited budget.
Realistic but unlimited.
Yeah.
Realistic but unlimited.
You can be realistic and have unlimited budget.
My realism is League One.
Well, me and Jimmy.
I'm saying you can't sign Mbappe. You can't be having Mbappe and Vinny up front anyway.
Who needs Mbappe?
I am, mate.
Mbappe, no.
They're nowhere near my lineup. Don't worry, mate. Nowhere near my lineup.
I've got mine ready in my head, ready to go.
I've got some players.
Okay.
So, should we start with City fan or Chelsea fan?
Start with Jordan. It's in his head. Go for it, Jordan.
My ideal, right? I love it when Pep plays his 4-3-3, so I want to start with the 4-3-3 this year. Ederson in goal. He's confirmed he's staying in an interview yesterday, which, when you hear this on Sunday, this was referring to Wednesday. Livramento in right back. I think that's going to be a very, very difficult deal to get done, but if I had the limited budget, perfect. 21 years old. We can have him there for years and years and years. And also it makes Newcastle weaker as well, which is huge for us. Centre-back partnership. Super Johnny Stones and Ruben Diaz. Yeah, I think that's the best partnership in the Premier League when they're both fit, to be honest. Left back, Ait Nouri. He was absolutely fantastic the other night, and I think he's got the skill set to be one of the best attacking fullbacks in the league. Midfield is a bit difficult, but Rodri, Reinders, and Phil Foden in midfield for me. Attack. I honestly don't know who I'm putting on right wing, to be honest. So just for now, I'm going to say Doku. Doku, Haaland, Marmoush for the attack. So including all.
Very realistic. Very realistic.
Fairly realistic, actually. Fair play.
I could put Cherky in right wing over Doku, but there's going to be definitely some teething for him. I mean, he's 21 years old and his only experience is at Lyon, so I'm waiting on that one.
By the way, John, did you hear Turkey's comments about me to kill him by now?
Hey, mate, he's coming for you.
Okay.
Our second game at the Etihad this season. Our second game at the Etihad this season. We'll show you. He'll show you, yeah.
Do you know what, mate? I'm looking forward to it, pal. I'm looking forward to it.
I can't wait. Also, City has just kicked off, by the way.
Right, who's next?
I've been
Who's
Chelsea
next?
next.
Okay, so I'm going to go with Petrovic between the sticks. I'd love it to happen, but it looks like he could be on his way out. Reece at right back. Got to keep Reece James in there. Gusto's just not good enough, not cutting the mustard. Huijsen at centre half. If he wanted to go to Real Madrid, he'd have been the dream centre half signing. I would have actually kept Thiago Silva. I want him back. He's just a Rolls Royce defender. Even if this is for one more season, just to steady that centre back partnership. Cucurella remains at left back. Pretty simple choice. Casado and Enzo holding. The midfield, it's sort of blossoming a little bit. It's getting better now. Palmer on the right, he has to stay there. And then, surprisingly, I would actually go for Bruno Fernandes to be the centre attacking midfielder. I have a lot of respect for Bruno because I mean, I'm surprised he's not broken his back the amount of times he's carried United. To be honest,
he's in the books for me. I'd build him a statue
Yeah.
anyway. I'd do it just because.
Yeah.
yeah,
he plays with his heart.
I'd have him in that Chelsea midfield. He does absolutely. I'd have him in the Chelsea midfield all day long.
Sorry, but he just doesn't suit blue.
Mate, if I had an unlimited budget, I would go all out, but
He was the
it's not quite realistic, I know.
He was
But
the best signing of that era post Fergie, hands down, without a doubt.
absolutely,
We should get
100%.
Solskjaer in recruitment.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd have Elise on the left. He's done pretty good things at Bayern. I'd certainly have him at Chelsea, no doubt. And I'd have Victor Osimhen up front. I think he would be suited to the Premier League. I think he might turn into like a bit of a Drogba and do the goals he'll score. But it's kind of realistic, but kind of not. I don't think Chelsea will pay the wages for him. But if I had unlimited budget, Osimhen would be my number 9.
Fair enough.
It's not a bad sign, mate. Not a bad sign.
Yeah.
Apart from Thiago Silva, I've got a problem with that one. Thiago Silva.
He's a Rolls Royce. It's a Rolls Royce.
You got love Thiago Silva, though. You got love Thiago Silva.
Destroyed the Premier League.
Right, should I do mine now?
Yeah,
Go
go for
for
it.
it.
Right.
James, you're 11.
Right, so I've got Diogo Costa in between the sticks from Porto. And then I've got a back three of Scalvini, Delay, and Levy Colwill. See, I've met Levy Colwill when he was at Huddersfield. He's actually a really nice bloke. And, yeah.
Levy Colwill?
Levy Colwill's
He's not that good.
He's alright. I like him. I'll take him in United.
To be fair, yeah, I do agree with Dick United.
You know what? You're welcome to him.
And then in my midfield, well, actually, I should probably mention I've gone for a 3-4-2-1. I've gone for Amarim's formation at the moment. I've then got Ahmad and Davies out on the wings. Alphonso Davies. I think Alphonso Davies plays a good attacking and defensive approach, whereas Ahmad's just all out attacking. So if we need to drop back to a back four, Davies can fit that role. I've then gone with Bruno Fernandes and then Stiller from Stuttgart, Angelo Stiller as a central CDM. To give just to give Mainu a break and let him learn. Even though Stiller's 24, he's a decent player and could pair up with Fernandes comfortably and gives Fernandes the ability to go forward a bit more. I've then gone for my front two, Charles de Catalare. I think he's a brilliant player. I think he's the missing link between Fernandes and an attacker. I think he just creates that opportunity to just go through and put it through. I think that's the sort of creativity we're missing at the moment in United. I've then gone with Pedro Gonçalves by side of him. He can make really good runs from Sporting. He can make brilliant runs, good crosses, gets it in the box. He knows where it's going. Then up front, I was split between these two, so I'm going to give you both of them. I've gone with Dusan Vlahovic from Juventus. Or
Great player. Underrated.
Yeah.
Underrated. Vlahovic, underrated.
The only reason I've split with that is because of his injury proneness. He's always injured.
Yes.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think that could do bits.
Pretty strong side, actually. Pretty strong.
And I wouldn't say it's too out there. Maybe the back three are probably pushing it a bit, but, you know.
You're spending about £1 billion this summer then, yeah?
Yeah, who's paying for that? Jim Ratcliffe?
I'll just get Casemiro
Definitely
down.
not.
Pot washing
Definitely not.
Change.
You guys said unlimited budget. You guys said
Yeah.
unlimited, alright?
Just say it's currently 1-1 between Juventus and Man City after
I know.
10 minutes.
Terrible mistake by Edison, by the way. He's just given the ball away and they've scored
wow.
straight.
Who was
I
it?
didn't see that.
He scored though.
I literally just linked up and saw it.
Yeah.
Really bad goal to concede, but anyway.
Look at next switch. Sam got
Yeah, he's just making one last minute alteration.
Not bad. Can't think of it.
Making a last minute change.
Can't think
Last
of
minute
it.
change. Last minute substitute.
Right. So I'm going for the same formation for James, so the system. Caution to the sticks, that's what I've got as well. I think he just absolutely suits Cameron. Like, that's our dream goalkeeper right there. We're going back three for Yoro, Delict, and Bastini from Inter Milan. I love that player. I think he's
That's
a
a
fantastic
shout.
centre back.
It's goal the other night.
Absolutely. What's this one?
It's goal the other night.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. Like, I mean, like I said, mate, it's fair to play off the back. His passing is absolutely immense. So for me, dream signing. Then I've gone for Douglas Luiz in the centre field and Barella from Inter Milan as well. So Douglas Luiz from obviously Juventus. I think he could come back to the Premier League.
It could. I think he might, to be honest.
And I think we could get him. There's been talks about Sancho swap with Juventus, but let's see if that does turn out to be true. I doubt it, but who knows. Then I'm going for Nuno Mendes from PSG on the left-hand side. Unlimited budget, by the way, guys.
I thought about
They
that.
almost...
I was thinking about
Exactly. He's the best left-back in the world, hands down. But going forward, he's tremendous. He's absolutely fantastic. So get him on the left-hand side and get Pulisic on the right. I like Pulisic. I'd bring him in. Bring him back to the Premier League. Get him in. Or I'd have Ahmad on the right. So Pulisic or Ahmad, either one is fine by me. I'm going to go for Fernandes and Mbeumo as our centre two number 10s. I think Mbeumo is just absolutely cool. Manchester United needs to get that deal done. It needs to happen. And then up top, Gyökeres. Simple as that. He's going to prove everyone wrong, including Jordan, Patrick, and the Messi coming.
You've heard it here first.
Let's see, huh? Let's see.
Sleeping for you, Jordan, mate. Sleeping for you.
What's a League One team? Probably there's none of them.
I know a few. Leagues.
But got goalkeeper wise, we currently got Ben Amos in goal for United's goalkeeper. But there was a keeper on loan at AFC Wimbledon last season called Owen Goodman, who was on loan from Crystal Palace. Top class goalkeeper. I think he's had someone already this season though. But I'd take him over any other keeper at the moment in the lower leagues because he is class. I'm actually going for the same back three as we're probably going to use anyway. So we've got Jordan Gabriel, who signed from Blackpool. We've got Cameron Humphreys, Grant, who used to play for Man City. And we've got one of our main men in Connor Hall, who he was for Midwell last season. So he was the only Vale player getting to the team of the season for League Two last year. So he's just a mainstay in there. Left, I'm going 3-4-1-2, by the way. So the two wing backs are the same ones we've had last season. So we've got Mitch Clark, who used to play for Leicester's under-21s on the right, and Jaheim Headley, who's played under Darren Moore at Huddersfield. He came in and played 6 games last season, and he scored 3 goals and got a couple of assists in 6 games because he was injured most of the season. And then I've got George Byers, who's one of our captaincy team, alongside a player I'd love for us to sign, but it's not going to happen. Be Barry Bannon, because they both played for Sheffield Wednesday under Darren Moore. So them two got a partnership there. And then I'll go for our captain, Ben Garrity, in behind the strikers. He's just a pure tenacity player. Absolutely love him. And then we've got our top scorer from last season, Lauren Talai. He used to play for Salford at one stage. And then a player which we have missed out on, he's signed for Burton, but I would have loved to see him join us. I've been Jake Beasley. He's played for Blackpool. He's a tall, physical striker. We've got one South in James Stockley, but he is getting on a bit, and Beasley is, of course, a few years younger than him, and basically the exact same player. That'd be mine, but there's not many changes in that compared to what you guys have done. Because obviously, half the players I'm talking about.
Slightly more money than Port Vale.
Then I was thinking about putting Rico Richardson at Cam. He was on loan at Stockport a couple of seasons ago, and he's just joined on a free from Aston Villa after a successful loan last year.
What about Reece Bennett? Would he work in your squad?
Reece Bennett, centre back.
Yeah.
I like Reece Bennett, but we are more of like a ball playing centre back team now. I'm not sure if he's that type of player because we've got Jordan Gabriel we put on the right. He's basically a right centre back, right wing back, right back player, so he's good at the ball. Cameron Humphreys, he is just an all out ball playing with the defender, and then Connor Wall, he loves to perform up the left hand side, loves putting the cross in.
If you guys are willing to push your budget out, but you could go for Mikael Hellick, and he's filthy player.
Never thought of him. Never thought of him at all.
He was
like
the third highest goal scorer for Huddersfield's last championship season. He's all right.
He is a decent centre back, to be fair. I'm looking forward to watching them play against us next season because we've got them next season. So.
Well, he's at Oxford now, isn't he? So.
But you got that. I won't see you next season then. Next season then. But like we've had our fixtures released today, and I'm actually triggered by our fixtures. If you not see on my TikTok stuff, we've
Tuesday night.
Basically got Blackpool twice on the Tuesday night away. So we've got them in the Carabao Cup in like third game of the season. Out of any club we could have drawn, we drew Blackpool and that. And then I just think the EFL is ditching us up because we played Blackpool for the last 3 seasons. We've had Blackpool away. It's always been a Tuesday night. No, one was a Thursday night, sorry. So it's always been midweek. It's always been. Like last season, we had one. Last time we played him, it was third game to the season, I think it was. But obviously, score all
That was
days
a big
there.
game for Port Vale, Blackpool.
It's
distance.
They are a very big club. Blackpool, obviously, they were in the Prem, weren't they? But we have signed their tier of players. So, like Jordan Gabriel, he played from last season. George Byers is on loan there from Sheffield Wednesday before we signed him. So we've got players. Jordan Rhodes, yeah. Jordan Rhodes is
That's a blast from the past.
Yeah.
He says.
He's a player. He was a player.
It's like we've got a lot of players who are League One quality now, so fingers crossed we have a good season. But also we have got Boxing Day fixtures compared to the Prem.
Yeah.
We've got Huddersfield. We've got Huddersfield.
Absolutely.
I know it's mental. Isn't it?
I know what I'm doing on Boxing Day.
I'll come find you. I'm definitely going to try to get a ticket for that.
We'll have it out with John Smith, mate.
Let me try and get that game off, yeah. I haven't seen a Boxing Day fixture in years, so I want to make sure I get to one. And especially Huddersfield Stadium, I just want to experience it.
Oh,
Yes. We're literally 20 minutes down the road, so
maybe Boxing Day Christmas.
It could be on. It could be on.
If you get a chance, get the double pints. Double pints, they're cheap and they're naughty.
Yeah.
They mash you up.
Rob and I shouted to beat.
We will be.
Should we get a quiz on the
Quiz time. I think it's quiz time.
Yeah.
Right,
Quiz time.
Have you
Are we
got your
running this
pen
this time?
and paper?
Are we doing this? We're writing it
We
down.
a team or
Yeah, we'll be a team. We'll have to be a team because I'll see yours, you'll see mine.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh, we can't lose it, can we? Sweats.
Two heads.
Are we
Let's
doing
go
the
for
same
it.
as we did last time, or
No, it's all of you together. It's 10 questions on the Club World Cup. 10 questions on the Club World Cup. It's multiple choice.
okay?
So you've got a choice of answers.
I know a bit.
And then we'll do the entire quiz, and then we'll go through the points at the end. And hopefully George can get on the scoreboard this time.
You need to get on the scoreboard, George. Come on, George.
I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will.
He's glitched like
Famous
the
last words. Famous last words from Jordan.
Right, question 1. How many teams are competing in the 2025 FIFA World Cup? So you got A7, B12, C24, D32.
Is it?
Right down.
I'm going to whisper as well.
I think he's lost his marbles.
Why are you bringing fucking Luis Diaz into it? Okay, yeah, I've got my answer.
He's gone insane.
The game's gone.
The game's gone.
Game's gone.
The football's actually left me.
Ready for 2?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's go.
Okay.
This is probably
Yay.
the easiest question of the bunch. So if Jordan gets this wrong, then he needs give up.
We'll need therapy.
What country is the Club World Cup held in? You got A, Qatar, B, USA, C, Saudi, or D, Spain. Nice and easy.
Yep.
I don't know if James actually.
James is thinking here. James is thinking.
Shouldn't be thinking, mate. You should know this one.
Qatar's
Well, it's clubbing it,
basically
innit,
making maple syrup, innit?
Oh my god.
You've got Qatar.
Here we go.
You've got.
You got Qatar, USA, Saudi Arabia, or Spain.
He's actually thinking about this.
You're not thinking about this.
I've already got my answer. Don't worry, boys.
This is the face of a man in geography in his GCSEs.
Hey,
This is like
I
Jordan's
passed
quizzes and his live.
Hey, City have just scored.
oh Jesus.
City
Right,
have just scored.
How did most clubs qualify for the 2025 Club World Cup?
Cheating.
So, by domestic league title to regional qualifiers based on their performance in continental competitions between 2019 and 2024, or invited by FIFA.
What were they again? Sorry, what was the first one?
So it's via domestic league titles, regional qualifiers based on performance in continental competitions between 2019 and 2014, or invited by FIFA. Ready for the next one?
Yep.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Which of these clubs qualified for the tournament by winning the Champions League? Bayern in 2020, Man City in 2023, Real Madrid in 2022, or all of the above? Man City 2-1 up.
Yep. On goal.
Own goal.
On goal.
Let's go for it.
Question 5. Which of these clubs is making their first ever Club World Cup appearance in 2025? So we've got Palmeiras, Wydad Casablanca, Al Ahly, or Seattle Sounders.
Go for 10%, yeah.
Thinking in 10%, yeah?
May I blunt
so.
I get one. That Qatar
Hope you
one,
got-
that left me worried. I don't get nervous, but I'm starting a bit shaky, you know what I mean? I'm a little bit worried.
A little bit worried.
If you get one, I'll be worried. I'll be all Ready for question 6?
Yeah, go for it.
Which South African team qualified by winning the 2022 Copa Libertadores?
You don't even need to tell me.
Flamengo, River Plate, Palmeiras, or Boca?
Was Boca, which one was it? What were the teams again, sorry?
So you got Flamengo, River Plate, Palmeiras, Boca Juniors.
Find out. Let's go, man.
Which major MLS club is representing the USA in the Club 2025 World Cup? I think I've done this question wrong, to be fair. So you got A, LA Galaxy, B, Inter Miami, C, Seattle Sounders, and D, New York City. Yeah,
One of
that's.
them was invited.
I think that's what he's saying. Yeah, that's what I didn't look up properly.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, which of those teams weren't invited?
Yeah, you good to go?
Yeah.
Question 8. The final of the 2025 Club World Cup is scheduled to be played in which US stadium? Got the SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, the AT&T Stadium in Dallas, or the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. This is a better quiz than last week.
This is interesting, Well done.
I visited the MetLife as well.
Oh, well, cheers, mate.
I'm not saying it's the answer. I'm just saying I visited it.
Yeah, but have you been to the Stadium of Light? Exactly. Didn't
At
think so.
night.
No, I said, have you been to the Stadium of Light? So I know I'd rather,
Oh,
I'd rather go.
Question 9. Which African team qualified by winning the 2021 CAF Champions League? A. Raja Casablanca, B. Al Ahly, C. Wydad AC, or D. John's favourite team, Mamelodi Sundowns.
That guy's on another planet there. The answer was 37.
I got Abraham
Yeah,
Lincoln.
you know, review.
No, the answer's on the back of a postcard.
Right, final question, question 10. What is FIFA's main stated reason for expanding the Club World Cup to 32 teams?
Money.
But
Dollars.
A, to challenge the UEFA Champions League. B, to replace international friendlies. C, to increase commercial opportunities and promote global club competition. Or D, to shorten the international calendar.
Can we say all of them?
You can't say all of them.
Ah,
They're all good reasons, though, to be fair, so.
one of them is the right answer, the other one's true.
yeah.
Are we ready for the answers?
Let's go.
Yes, let's do it, mate. Let's do it.
Question 1. The answer is D, 32.
Perfect. Boom.
Question 2. The answer is D, the USA. Question 3 is C, based on performance in continental competitions between 2019 and 2024. So, number 4 is all the above. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done the letters.
That's
Yeah, I couldn't be arsed
we just
finding
got
out
the
all
answers.
There's always one. There's always one.
Question 5 is D, Seattle Sounders. Number 6 is A, Flamengo.
Got that wrong.
I
Damn it.
put B.
Either had that, either and do all
7 is C, Seattle Sounders.
6.
8, which stadium is it's available being played in, is B, the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey.
that. New Jersey.
That's a decent stadium.
I didn't know that one, so I was actually changing that
I
one.
didn't know that, to be fair.
So beautiful stadium. Beautiful stadium.
Question 9, it's B, Al Ahly. You qualified for the 2021 CAF Champions League. And then question 10 is C, to increase commercial opportunities and promote global club competitions.
Well, at least they were honest.
Slide.
I got 7.
So let me set my leaderboard up.
I got
Hey.
8.
You two boys,
We're going
same
8.
team.
to as well.
Right, so I'll scrap Mitch from there and add him to this one. I'll just put down Football Unleashed.
I'll say that.
Right, so we'll go for you boys, Football Unleashed. How many points
Yep.
have you got from that?
We got 8.
8.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Total now. Oh, I've done the wrong team here. I've messed up here, boys.
Oh, no.
How many
You
did
are?
you get? Got 7.
Brilliant.
Right, let's quickly change this table. I don't know what I've done there.
That was perfect.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's
It's
gone,
gone,
yeah.
mate.
It's too hot.
Game's
in
gone.
Too hot here.
That's Discord Nitro promotion right there.
Class. Right, so James, how much have you got?
I got 8.
8.
Very respectful. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thanks, boys.
Respectable.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Right. Scoreboard doesn't want to work today.
Apparently not.
You keep swapping possessions now, it's winding me up. So James got 7 from the last one. You got 8 just. Yeah, 15. 5 plus 8, 13. Right, Jordan, how many points have you got, mate?
7.
7.
Lost again.
He's on the scoreboard. He's on the scoreboard.
I'm on the scoreboard. I did come. I'm last still, but
But there's points on the board.
there's still time.
Which ones did you get wrong?
Question
The
6.
stadium.
Question 9. Oh, I can't count. I actually got 8.
You got 8.
Yeah.
That's one more point for Jordan.
I said video. Yeah. And it's good.
There's 7.
It's allowed. It's allowed.
I've got to cover that because I've got my booking reference on it, but there you go.
Yeah, that's cool, mate. We'll go with that.
You can't see my writing because it's like caveman, but
Right, so scoreboard after week 2. We've got James on 15.
Hey!
And Jordan
Yeah.
on 8.
Nice.
But he's on the scoreboard now after last week's horror performance.
Come back.
That's it.
Come back.
Come back
In
on.
Scotland there.
So,
And
how did TikTok take to that, John? How did your fans take to you having 0 ball knowledge?
doesn't matter really, does it?
On the football podcast. Average City fan.
Right, listen, yeah, I've said this, and I said this the last time. I give the questions and I answer them. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? So,
He just chat GBTs the quizzes. That's all he does.
no, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Alright, so are we all done, guys?
I think so.
There is one topic that I do want to discuss. It is related to football. Does anyone here play video games?
I do.
Yeah, now and again.
Now and again.
Have you guys seen Rematch?
I've seen it being played.
We were playing it last night. It is a hell of a good game. It's so refreshing compared to FIFA.
Have you seen Goals?
Goals? No.
It's a new game which I've been playing on my laptop. It's a very, very good game. It's like Ultimate Team, but it's just arcadey. It's a great game. Like, it's the beta at the moment, but when that comes out, I guess that game's going to ban. It's such a good game.
It's quite similar to Rematch.
Yeah.
But that Rematch, honestly, I can see that being very big. It's already got 3 million plays on it at the moment. I can see that being massive.
Is that a full game, not a beta though?
No, it's full release.
Yeah, it came out like 3
Full
days.
game.
It came out like 3 days ago now. Yeah.
Might have news that after this.
It's so
Yeah, it's
worth
cool.
it.
It's weird. It's like it's got like the art style of like Fortnite and stuff like that. So it's like cartoony, but it's weird because it's not like FIFA where if you have good players, you'll play better because there's no like upgrades. Your players are all the same.
It's all skill based.
It's really weird. Like the controls are very difficult to get used to at first, but when you get used to it, it's fun. It's fun.
It's like Volta, but better. Essentially.
Like better.
Do you reckon me and this guy should do a FPL league?
Yeah.
Get all the fans involved on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Get the fans on it.
I'm
the
not a
fans
massive
on.
FPL fan. I'm not, but anything for content for the pod, I'm down for it. I'll make sure I pay attention to it this time.
Should we
Well,
say?
guys, make sure you start putting in our TikTok and YouTube comments. If you want to be in the FPL, let us know.
I'll make
Absolutely, definitely.
I'll make a video straight after this. And I'll get a league sorted. I'll get a league
Tell you
sorted straight away.
I'll tell you what, while we're on the subject, should we place a bet for the end of the season on it? I'm not talking monetary, I'm talking a forfeit. For the lowest ranked one of us out of all.
Yeah.
So whoever finishes lowest has to do something. Alright.
You have to pod in your opposition shirt, in your rival shirt, you have to do a pod.
Oh, man.
That's the only way I'll ever wear a Stoke shirt.
Let's do that.
All my
Tell you
style.
what, I'll sign up for that. Let's do it.
You never know.
That was good.
Oh, I'm definitely going to finish last day. I'm so bad at FPL.
I'm awful, so it's going to be fun.
So
we'll have either James and Rich in the Man City shirts. What would yours be, Luke?
Right, I'll tell you what then. One of us has to do a Liverpool shirt.
I'll have a Liverpool shirt. I'll have a Liverpool shirt. Thing is, my
thing
shirt.
for me, like, I don't know, like,
I'll do the Man City.
Whoa.
I'll tell you what. I'll let you guys decide which one to club.
Right.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Three good. Yeah.
Right. 1, 2, 3.
Scissors.
What was that?
This as well.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Go.
Oh, damn it.
You scat.
So it's James and Man City.
Right. I can't lose.
You can't lose now, mate.
Man City. And what would yours be, Luke? West Ham?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Arsenal.
I can get you a West Ham shirt and send it you. It's only like 20 quid in the shop.
Forever.
Gotta be Arsenal.
I think it's Arsenal.
Has to be Arsenal.
Can't lose. I hate the
My Stoke shirt, which I will cry at because my father-in-law watches this and he is a Stoke fan.
I've got an Arsenal shirt. Good people.
Mate, don't say that.
To wear a City shirt, I would never live it down.
But I agree.
Yeah, I've got City. I've got Liverpool.
You live in Leeds. I live in Manchester.
Bets have been placed, boys. Bets are placed.
Right.
High stakes.
As soon as I've finished this pod, I'll make the FPL league and I'll upload a TikTok on our account and let the guys know.
And
Absolutely.
the person who's editing it, once we've got that created, do you want to put it just here? Like in the middle of here, in the middle of the screen. Put the QR code for it or like a link to it there, so people can just scan it.
There. Be right there.
Right there, somewhere.
There.
Somewhere on the screen, there'll be a
Just
QR
not
code.
there. Just not there. Just not with him.
Yes, we'll all be in different places.
That's everyone's point.
Get there.
Chelsea. There.
Bring it on.
Right,
Bring it on.
Who's doing the outro this week?
George, do you want to do an outro, George?
Yeah.
Go on, George.
All right, well, guys, that's the second episode wrapped up. Hope you liked it. Again, like we said last week, we're nearly on 100 followers on TikTok now.
Yeah, come on, boys.
Share this around to everyone, you know. And
Let's go, lads, let's go.
the Club World Cup is nearly finished, so we're going to start doing a lot more transfers and a lot more stuff prepping for the Premier League. So be ready for that. Anyway, guys, as always, in a bit. And next week, same time.
Guys.
Absolutely. See you later.
I can do an intro. I can't do an outro. Fucking hell.
Moving on now. Moving
I think.